for LeBron stuff, and I'm like,
How do you know?
I go, how'd you know? He goes, because everybody's walking and looking for LeBron stuff.
Oh,
He's like,
gosh,
second
that's
floor if it's for your
hysterical.
kid, first floor if it's for you.
Right.
And I'm like, no, it's for my kid.
Hysterical.
It's like, I'm a t-shirt. So he opened that this morning, and I got him a sweat.
This is true. Okay. Ready, sir? I think we're ready, sir. Good to go. Yeah, we're good on that. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I'm going to call the meeting to order. I'd like everybody to stand, and Nicole Sabries, please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes, here. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'd like Bill to come up and lead us in the invocation. Stand.
Please stand. And I'll try to stand too.
Jeff, stand up.
May those assembled here today enjoy the many opportunities afforded by New Jersey Realtors. May we abide by the rules we have established, those of trust, fellowship, and ethics, and may we place service above self in our daily endeavors. May we always test ourselves and our efforts to be sure that they are the truth, good for all concerned, of benefit to mankind, and provide peace and understanding. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Bill. Jared, verification of a quorum?
Mr. President, we have a quorum.
Thank you.
Mr. President, we have a quorum.
First, like to have a motion on the consent agenda, which includes the minutes of the June 12th meeting, Legislative Committee Report number 2, and the 2019 dues collection policy. Can I have a motion on that, please? Can I have a second? Any discussion on the motion? And now coming to a phone near you will be the vote. Some of it's the government signing off. One for yes and 2 for no. If your nails are long, be careful. That's the Dana rule. Motion is passed. Thank you. Treasurer's report, Nick Manis.
Good afternoon, everyone. The financial report for August 31, 2008, our membership counts of this year, August 31st, compared to last year, we have 53,778 members this year, compared to 49,446 last year, which reflects an increase of 4,332 members. Our receipt and disbursement report, our income and expenses are in line with the 2018 budget. We're continuing to see a growth in membership. Interest income for August has not been received as of this report. We'll be drawing down from reserves for the remainder of the year to meet our budget obligations, as most of our income has been received and deposited into our reserve account. And at this time, I'd like a motion to approve the financial report dated August 31, 2018.
We have a second. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, as soon as William is ready, we'll go to the next vote. Motion passes. Thank you. Oh, well, thank you, everybody. This is actually my last actual Board of Directors meeting. So thank you.
Sorry.
The last time I have to acknowledge Jared. Drive slowly. So I want to discuss a few of the items we have going on. Bear with me a minute. Sheet and the colored papers.
It makes it easy.
I want to remind everybody that the state committee deadline is October 29th. Volunteers are very crucial to what we do here and to our decision-making process. So if you're on a committee and you wish to rejoin, please make sure you get that done by the 29th. Also, if you know of anybody that you think would be a benefit to us, please ask them to join the committee as well. The Realtor Palooza is next Friday of the 21st. The tickets are almost completely sold out. So if you haven't yet, buy your $15 ticket, which will benefit the New Jersey Realtors Educational Foundation. And please do so immediately. I know that the staff had sent an email out to the AEs saying anybody who needs a list of who's registered in case you wanted to carpool is available. So please make sure that you did if you need that. Also, please, if you're here and you think you're registered, please make sure that you're registered. Because I talked to some people who said, oh yeah, I'm going, but are not on the registration list. So important that you take a peek.
Dana Williams has a question.
Yes, Dana?
Is there a way, I don't know if you're gonna have it, but is there a way to be set up where the local boards can share their upcoming events?
Oh, me.
I'm putting it to you because I know we had tried to do something like that in the beginning.
I think we did discuss having local boards have the ability, as just that the room was not available because of the continuing education classes going on. We really don't have the space. Maybe we could have information sheets that you could give us in that registration table. We could provide those. So it wouldn't be the boards would have an individual table, but we could probably have information sheets that you could leave. And we can reach out to the executive officers for that. Sure.
Yes, sir.
Another question. What like hours? I kind of forget what it is, like the time to start.
Right. All right. So we're going to have a full day of events, depending on what you want to attend. Most likely you want to get here early morning, 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m. For the beginning of the events. And then there'll be education components. The reason why I'm saying that is that some of the classes will fill up, but there'll be a second session. So if you missed the first session of that class, you will be able to hit the second session of that class. But the cornhole tournament scheduled for the afternoon. And then we have a few other great events and band and keynote speaker, stuff like that. So.
Somewhere on the site.
Yes, absolutely. Everything Realtor Palooza. If you go onto our site, Realtor Palooza, you'll see the full day of events. Yeah.
Thank you. We'll have food trucks and
all free. Well, with your $15 entry fee.
And I think we're gonna have the craft beer set up in wine
Craft
tasting.
beer will be up here. Yeah, right up there. Yeah, right where Robert's sitting, right about there. Craft beer.
A little bit further behind them. Yeah. Okay. At the National Convention, we're going to have the Realtor Relief Run. It's going to be a 5K run, and you can join the state team. It'll be Saturday, November 3rd in Boston. It's $50 to join, which will benefit the Realtor Relief Fund, which will surely be active after the hurricanes that are coming. You can also go to www.reliefrun.realtor. I believe that's all I have at this moment, sir.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. This is interactive. Good afternoon. So I asked President Chris if I could have a moment of to talk about somebody that we lost this past year. Joe Harrigan, former NJAR president in 2000, passed away in July of this year over the summer. You know, there's we've had presidents come and go, and there's certain presidents, and all presidents stand out, but Joe Harrigan to me was such a great guy. I was fortunate that was my second year of employment with the association, to have Joe as my president serving me. I was the government affairs director at the time. And I spent a lot of days on the golf course with him. He was an active golfer. He and I would play in a lot of tournaments. Him and Fergie would go out and play a lot at the different political events. And I could tell you, there was nobody I know that really truly, well, there's a lot of us that I shouldn't say that. There's a lot of us that believe in the organization. And I could tell you that Joe was definitely amongst those. He was a true leader. He's a true friend. And I was very sad to hear that he had passed. I had no idea that he was sick, to be honest with you. And I wish I would have had that extra time to spend with him, to talk to him and catch up with him one more time before he had passed. And let that be a lesson to all of us. You know, take the opportunities when we have them. So if we could have a moment of silence. Thank you. Thank you. So I do want to make some announcements. We have some additions to the New Jersey Realtors team. We have Valerie Callan has joined the team. She's part of the professional standards staff. She'll be working with Teresa in the membership department. That's her director. She'll also be assisting Martha in the membership department, in the membership data department, backing up Andrea so that we have continuity there and making sure that we are able to provide as much service to our boards. Second, we have Dana Fiore, who has joined the staff. She's our communications coordinator. You may have seen her today. She was running around working with Mary at check-in. Dana is a direct report to Mary to round out the communications department. The public relations and marketing department stays the same. We have Colleen, Alex, and Holly. Government affairs department, you all met the team in previous meetings, but we are fully staffed. I think we're looking for one more person that's to help Billy out over in the tech department to give him the assistance that he needs. So that'll probably be the next addition to the team. We're hoping that'll come in the next several weeks to a month. As for the dues collection policy, we discussed that a little bit earlier. It was on the consent agenda. I'll be happy to answer any questions. It's fairly straightforward. One of the key aspects that we did eliminate was the mandatory audit. So the association, the state association, will not be auditing our local boards, but we've created a broker compliance tool. It's basically a dashboard that each board has customized to their location so that as members move from location or from offices, we're able to track them, making sure that they're paying their dues. Basically, we get a live feed, or we get a feed from the New Jersey Real Estate Commission on a weekly basis. We upload that feed to the broker compliance tool, and therefore it's our way of tracking membership movements. So we met over the summer, we being the executive officers of the state, trying to iron out some of the issues that they had with the program that we had instituted last year. And I think we have a great system now. I think that we have a policy that's going to work for everybody across the board. And of course, if it's not, we'll fix it. Next is I want to talk about some legislation that we've had going on. And we'll start from, and I don't want to be redundant, but I think I have to, because we have scored some major victories as an organization in these last several weeks, months now. The victories are Airbnb. We got a carve out for anybody who's keeping a key offsite. If a realtor is keeping the key offsite, the homeowner who's using the service of a realtor does not have to pay a sales tax on that service because they're providing a service and therefore they're not subject to the sales tax that Airbnb customers would be subject to. 2, we were able to defeat the extension of the sales tax on seasonal rental units. 3, we're able to stop an additional 1% increase on buyers of $1 million property. That's commercial and residential. So that would have been 2%. The reason why I bring up the last 2 issues before I go into the first issue, the Airbnb issue, is because we have received pushback from our members about why are we doing this? Who cares about the people who are renting these places? Or better yet, who cares about the person who's buying $1 million plus house? It's frustrating. It is frustrating for us to try to score victories. And I understand not all of our members are as well informed as all of you as board of directors members, but it's frustrating to us to actually score some major victories, victories that happen within 72 hours. Within 72 hours, we were able to flood the legislature and get a proposal that was put forth by those in power, not just a simple assemblyman or a senator, those in power that could have gotten this done, and we were able to stop the issue. So all I'm asking for you is to help us. Help us get the messages out there. We've created information for you. It's on our website. Push that information out however you can. Use it as a tool to educate your agents so they understand in your broker meetings. They understand the victories that we have scored. And lastly, let's go back to the Airbnb issue. We have a carve-out for the realtor, for real estate licensing. Let's say, because it's for any real estate licensing in the state of New Jersey. For our members, or a real estate licensee to be out there saying, hey, let's do a new business model where we're going to hold the key off site for them, for a homeowner, for $25, $50, $75, whatever it is, so that the homeowner could avoid paying the sales tax. Well, guess what? The Division of Taxation is going to find out, and we'll be fighting this issue, and we won't have an argument anymore. Because Airbnb, I'm sure, is monitoring what's going on out there. And if they see it, they're going to tell the legislature, and next thing you know, the carve-out that we got for our members, we're going to lose that carve-out. So please, if you see something, shut it down. Just shut it down. That discussion should not be happening on social media, plain and simple. And people, you know, I know that people have been approached by their friends that are homeowners. Hey, can you help me out? Yeah, you can help me out. I can help you out. Let me lease out your property for you. And this is my fee structure, and this is the services that I'm offering to you. If you want to go to the route of using an online system, so be it. Use the system. All right? So please help us so that we can help you. And that's really what it is. I can't defend something if, in fact, it gets out there. Yes?
So just to be clear, it starts on October 1st of 2018.
Correct. That's the way I understand it, yes.
Then you sent out a circular that said 2019.
May have been an error then, so it's 28.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And also, we checked with our E&O insurance. They would not cover us if we handed it out.
And you know that the leadership team had, and thank you for bringing that up. The leadership team had that discussion this morning. Be careful, because your E&O policy probably will not cover you as a broker, right? And remember, too, another discussion we had, all fees have to be paid through the broker. So if an individual agent is collecting the money, be careful because they're breaking the real estate commission laws. Okay?
Also broker.
Go ahead. No, Chris, you're on. So.
One of the other things we talked about is if we wind up losing this carve-out, brokers are going to be responsible for collecting sales tax and paying it to the state, which makes you more like a retail store than a realtor. So There's a lot of things connected to stupid ideas sometimes that happen. So we need to make sure we communicate that to those who don't know.
Right. Thank you. So, and last but not least, just yesterday, we found out there was going to be a bill that was posted for hearing on Monday, this coming Monday. We were very close to launching a call to action, and I'm going to tell you what the bill does. The bill is lead paint inspections for all homes built prior to 1978 in the state of New Jersey, tied to the sale of real estate. So though it's only an inspection, we all know what's going to happen. The report's going to come back that since it's built prior to 1978, there's probably going to be some type of lead inside the walls or on the windowsills, unless everything's been fully abated. You know as well as I do, what will happen next is that that potential buyer is going to turn around to that seller and say, hey, listen, there might be lead here. I have a concern. We need you to fix this before I could buy this house. The average cost for a full abatement is $15 a square foot. You have a 2,000 square foot home, you're looking at an additional $30,000 taken of equity right off the top. So good luck in KMA, good luck in Asbury, in some parts of Asbury. I mean, let's face it, this thing will be detrimental. There are 1.6 million homes built prior to 1978 in the state of New Jersey. 460,000 of those homes are owned by senior citizens, 62 and older. They don't care about lead. It doesn't affect them anyway. Yet the legislature wants to legislate something based on a public perception that children are being poisoned in homes. They may be, if it's not properly maintained. We have to come up with a proactive stance and proactive legislation so that we don't have this thing tied to the sale of real estate. And that's what we're going to be working on. We were able to get the bill pulled from the committee agenda on Monday. Luckily, we had some very good relationships with some of the players on that committee. We're actually able to pull a Democrat off of the vote so that he was going to vote no on the bill. And that helped us convince the chairwoman to make sure that we pull the bill down on Monday. So it's a victory for us. Now, how do we talk about that victory? I don't know. But we're going to put something out there so you guys could explain within your meetings about how we work behind the scenes to get victories. And people don't see these victories. But we're going to try to help you so that you can communicate that to your members and also to your agents, and so that they also see the benefits of our PAC.
If I could, when we do come out with something, I would like everybody to stay as close to that script as possible, because one of the downsides, if we're not careful of how we say we did this, some of the people who agreed and pulled the bill will suddenly be under pressure to get it done because they'll look like they did something wrong. And we don't want to have that reverse on us without any. So we're going to, I guess, craft something that's going to look more neutral about the things we do in general, as opposed to being specifically pulling bills off.
Because we don't want to embarrass the legislators. Because if they find out that we're talking about them, we don't want them to say, well, wait a minute, I have the power. I'm going to push this thing through now. So we want to make sure that we're cautious in how we craft our messaging. Last but not least, it has come to our attention that there is some frustration in regards to the Private Well Testing Act in New Jersey. I want to go on record that the State Association weighed in heavily with the Department of Environmental Protection to oppose these regulations. Basically, what the Private Well Testing Act now requires is that TCP, EDB, and DBCP, I don't know what all those acronyms mean, but that's what they require, that these tests be required as part of the testing, that this is going to add additional costs. That's exactly what we said when we weighed in, and how this is going to impact those people who have private wells. Our estimates is that it was going to be about $140 in the southern counties to $240 additional costs to the private well tests. I've heard rumors that it is far exceeding those numbers. I don't know that to be true, but I will take anybody's word for it. If you say that they are exceeding, we could obviously go back to the Department of Environmental Protection, say people are now being charged exorbitant fees for these tests, but there's little or nothing we could do because what's passed is passed at this time. Any other questions, any other issues I did not cover? I'd be happy to discuss those with you. No. Thank you very much.
Committee reports. First one will be Budget and Finance. Bob Oppenheimer.
Good afternoon, everybody. The 2019 budget does not include a proposed increase in dues. An allocation, I can't read. An allocation from the $135 per member dues to the following restricted funds is included in the 2019 New Jersey Realtor budget for the following. NJR Education Foundation allocation funded at 25 cents per member. NJR Issues Mobilization Fund funded at $16 per member. New Jersey Coalition of Real Estate, NJ Core, funded at $9 per member. And to replenish the Public Relations Campaign, funded at $6 per member. Included in the 2019 budget is the continuance of funding for the following. Up to $565 for local executive officers to attend NAR's Association Executives Institute or the New York State Association of Realtors yearly regional retreat which also offers educational programs. The Ultimate Forms package, which includes e-signature, continues for 2019 at a cost of $4 per member, plus an additional $80,000 for the broker team edition. Transferring $50,000 to the building fund relating to the outfitting of approximately 2,500 square feet to make the first floor more attractive to potential tenants. Continuing text messaging and GEO funding. And regional town hall events has been included to bring information and feedback to and from members. New to the 2019 budget is transferring $100,000 to the Ferguson Garden State Growth Zone for expenses relating to the outfitting of approximately 2,500 square feet of the first floor downstairs here. Adding text messaging and GEO funding to the computer line for alerting members to key events. Income and expenses for a financial literacy program included in continuing education. Regional town hall events. Each event will be designed using specific suggestions unique to each region's need. And $2,500 for a New Jersey Realtors Educational Foundation Scholarship in the name of the 2019 leadership team. At this point, I'd like to make a motion that the New Jersey Realtor annual dues and non-member assessments continue to be $135 for 2019.
I think we have that mixed up again, Bob.
Should be a motion to approve the budget.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bob. Yeah, that's what happened.
Here.
So why don't you read the motion?
Well, if you don't approve that, we can't approve the budget. You really need to.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Go. You're good.
So we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion? Okay, Wayne.
Right.
I would like to now make a motion to approve the 2019 New Jersey Realtors proposed budget as posted on August 10th, 2018. Open it up.
Motion passes. Thank you. You done?
No, nominate.
We're going to go to nominating now and Bob Oppenheimer.
Hold on one second. The officers step out. Jeff, can you step out?
Don't forget to shut the mic. On the way out.
This is where we turn it into a roast.
It's going to be going to the soundproof booth. Now we can do the answers.
Yeah.
100 people asked and voted.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as required under the New Jersey Realtors Bylaws, Article 9, Section 3, the New Jersey Realtors Nominating Committee report on the 2019 slate of the New Jersey Realtors senior officers was circulated 30 days in advance of today's meeting. At this time, it's my pleasure to call the following motion to approve the 2019 slate of New Jersey Realtors senior officers as follows. President Ms. Eileen Horowitz, President-elect Ms. Angela Sicoli, First Vice President Mr. Jeff Jones, and Treasurer Mr. Nick Manis. Is there a second?
Any discussion on the motion? Okay, Bill, it's up to you now.
Computer froze.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Should we bring it back in?
Should we bring it back in?
Yeah.
We got some good news and we got some bad news.
Depends on how you want to look at it.
Could be either. Congratulations. All righty, to give the Professional Standards Committee report, Lynn Mortimer.
Good afternoon, everyone. In February 2018, the Professional Standards Committee approved the Interstate Professional Standards Enforcement Agreement with the New York Association of Realtors, which was then approved by the New Jersey Realtors Executive Committee. There was also discussion on entering into agreements with other states. The Delaware Association of Realtors reached out to us to enter into an agreement. In addition to state associations entering into agreements with local boards, states can also enter into agreements with other state associations. The draft Delaware Interstate Professional Standards Enforcement Agreement was posted for your review. This document is based on the agreement with the New York Association of Realtors with updates changes. The changes are bold and underlined. This document would assist the New Jersey Realtors and the Delaware Association if we encounter an interstate arbitration request, or if we need to round out a tribunal at any level with additional members from other bordering states for mediation, ombudsman, grievance, ethics, and arbitration. Please note, New Jersey Realtors would enter into this interstate agreement, which in turn will allow us to assist our local boards associations. The local boards would not need to enter into separate interstate agreements. On August 28, 2018, via an email vote, the New Jersey Realtors Professional Standards Committee approved the Delaware Interstate Professional Standards Enforcement Agreement. Motion is to approve the Delaware Interstate Professional Standards Enforcement Agreement.
Thank you, Lynn. Can we have a second on the motion? Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Bill? Motion carries. Thank you. And to continue on Legal Affairs Committee, Lynn?
The New Jersey Realtors Legal Affairs Committee met on July 19, 2018, to review a legal affairs application from member Scott Carrico in the case Holiday City Homeowners Corporation versus Scott Carrico and Township of Berkeley. Holiday City Homeowners Corporation filed suit against Scott Carrico, a New Jersey Realtor member, on April 6, 2018. Carrico purchased 2 properties through sheriff's sales that are located within the Holiday City age-restricted community. He purchases properties, renovates them, and then rents or transfers ownership. He does not occupy the properties. However, Holiday City has a rule that owners must be 55 and older, and Carrico is under the age of 55. Holiday City's position, therefore, is that Carrico violated federal, state, and municipal laws, as well as their governing documents, when he purchased the properties. They are demanding the immediate transfer of the properties to a person 55 years of age or older. If Carrico fails to do so, Holiday City Homeowners Corporation will be appointed attorney in fact and transfer title at Carrico's expense. The position held by Carrico is that since he is not the occupant of the properties, he is not in violation of any laws. There are no federal or state laws or regulations restricting ownership of age-restricted properties by anyone under the age of 55. However, the Fair Housing Act does have an exception for familial status discrimination that allows age-restricted communities to limit occupancy to people 55 and older, as long as at least 80% of the occupants are over 55. After thorough review and discussion of the case, the New Jersey Realtors Legal Affairs Committee is recommending support as follows. The New Jersey Realtors will split the first $14,285.71 of the attorney's fees and costs incurred by him defending Holiday City Homeowners Corporation versus Carrico and Township of Berkeley on a 70-30 basis, so that the New Jersey Realtors will pay 70% of his attorney's fees and costs in an amount up to $10,000, and Mr. Carrico will be responsible to pay the remaining 30% of his attorney's fees and costs in an amount up to $4,285.71. In the event Mr. Carrico settles the case, he must receive New Jersey Realtors' permission in its absolute discretion. If New Jersey Realtors does not agree to the settlement, then Mr. Carrico has to reimburse all of the funds to the New Jersey Realtors that have been paid by the New Jersey Realtors, and New Jersey Realtors will have no further liability to Mr. Carrico. Should Mr. Carrico near the $10,000 in support, the Legal Affairs Committee will reconvene to discuss. The motion is to provide financial support to Mr. Carrico, and if you have any questions, Barry will be glad to address them.
So we have a motion. Do I have a second? Any discussion on the motion or questions for Barry, since he's here? Go ahead.
The committee just wanted Mr. Carrico to have some skin in the game, and after discussion, they came up with 70-30. They were, could have been 80-20, 75-25, but they just came up with 70-30. That's what the committee decided.
Any questions on what the lawsuit's all about? Okay. Seeing none, we're going to go to the vote. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
Next up is going to be the Public Relations and Marketing Committee report. David Wersch.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon. In 2019, New Jersey Realtors will continue to promote the use of a realtor throughout the state with a comprehensive advertising plan aimed at potential current home buyers and sellers, the Real Story Plan. Our current balance after all of our 2018 monies have been spent is estimated at $215,000. As Bob Oppenheimer reported in the budget, the $6 per member will be allocated to replenish those funds. And I need to make a motion, I believe, I need to make a motion to approve $150,000 from the consumer advertising budget for 2019 advertising campaign. I guess there was approved at 125 in executive. And
yeah, there was a typo, which, so they're correcting that now. It'll be 150, requesting approval of.
There was a typo on my name too in the minutes also. So
I saw that.
A couple typos going on.
I saw that. Welcome to that world.
So again, the motion is to approve $150,000 instead of $125 from the consumer advertising budget for the 2019 advertising campaign.
Can I have a second on the motion, please? Any discussion on the motion? All right, seeing none. William? We're zipping right through here. I like when a plan comes together. Countdown continues. Vote. I'm going to blow up.
Oh, I don't have my thing here.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Next up will be professional development. Sir Robert White.
Good afternoon. Circle of Excellence Committee, Circle of Excellence Sales Board Committee, the online application management platform for the new 2018 New Jersey Realtors Circle of Excellence Award is now available at coenjrealtor.com. Any questions or concerns can be directed to coe@njrealtor.com. All applicants still have to submit a hard copy of their application to the primary local board association office no later than close of business January 7th, 2019. Continuing Education Committee, NJR staff is continuing to work towards relaunching the GRI designation program as an online package. Some reminders, the National Association of Realtors Code of Ethics training deadline is December 31st, 2018. In addition to local board course offerings, there is a free online course at NJRACE, and ethics courses will be offered every day at Triple Play 2018 Realtor Convention. The New Jersey Real Estate Continuing Education CE deadline is April 30th, 2019. June 30th is 2019 with a $200 late fee. In addition to local board course offerings, there are many free and low-cost $10.50 online courses at NJRAC, and more than 70 New Jersey CE courses will be available during Triple Play 2018 Realtor Convention. On the convention committee, registration for Triple Play is now open. Members can save $20 by registering prior to the early bird deadline of October 15th, and an additional $10 by registering online at realtorstripleplay.com. Member registration fees are $89 for online early bird and will include all continuing education course credits. This year's event will kick off on Monday, December 3rd at 12 p.m. with an expanded education program of both continuing education CE and non-CE courses. The open session keynote will be held at 4 p.m. featuring Jared James' presentation of how to convert leads like a boss. Over 130 education sessions have been scheduled, and we expect more than 70 of those sessions to carry New Jersey CE credit. 5 designation and certification programs will also be offered, including At Home with Diversity, CRETS, Designing and Sustaining Successful Teams, CIPS, Global Real Estate Transaction Tools, and RRC Power Up on Smart Home Technology, and WCR Leadership Excellence. Recognition of the Fair Housing 50th anniversary will continue with CE courses, networking breaks, and celebration materials. In anticipation of the December 31st, 18 National Association of Realtors Code of Ethics training deadline, there will be ethics courses presented on every day of Triple Play. The closing keynote speaker will be Lee Brown, who will present Outrageous Authenticity on Wednesday, December 4th at 4:30 p.m. To date, 215 exhibit booths have been reserved in the Trade Expo, and our goal is 325. In addition to the morning Trade Expo coffee breaks, afternoon snack breaks have been added. The Tri-State YPN groups will be hosting a kickoff party Monday, December 3rd at 8 p.m. at Wild Wild West Saloon in Bally's, and the icebreaker reception will be held on Tuesday, December 4th at 9 p.m. at Caesars. The New Jersey Realtors President Installation and Gala will be held on Tuesday, December 4th at 6 p.m. at the Circus Maximus Theater and Diamond Club at Caesars. For any other information on these events, please visit the convention website at realtorstripleplay.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Strategic Planning Committee, Bill Hanley.
Okay, the New Jersey Realtors 2017-2019 strategic plan was adopted at the September 2016 Board of Directors meeting and went into effect on January 1st, 2017. A recent internal audit shows that the plan is 83% complete, which is really amazing. It's my understanding the other 17% is Jared's fault that it's not done.
I deserve that.
Yes, you did. Okay, achievements and ongoing endeavors for the last 2 years include campaigns which raise awareness and appreciation of New Jersey Realtors' involvement in protecting private property rights. In August 2018, we generated over 740,000 impressions with our digital consumer advertising campaign. Year-to-date, public awareness campaigns have generated over 18 million impressions. The association's governance restructure, which continues to meet our needs as the association evolves. Next is the creation of the Financial Literacy Series. The next offering will be the 200 and 300 courses at the Triple Play Convention in December. One other is as an ongoing initiative, New Jersey Realtors proactively anticipate, identifies, and manages issues impacting the real estate industry and property rights. A prime example of the association's capabilities was demonstrated in June when the seasonal rental tax and RTF increase was defeated. Additionally, New Jersey Realtors continue to explore a comprehensive leadership program to identify, cultivate, and position future association leaders. Our current plan expires at the end of 2019. I'm sorry, at the end of next year. 2019 will also be a planning year in preparation for creating a successive plan. New Jersey Realtors will be seeking a highly qualified facilitator via an RFP process. Thank you.
Thank you. Unfinished business. Jared, you want to go first?
Why don't you do unfinished business and then I'll do new business.
All righty. Bear with me. I need all the colored sheets. We'll talk about the opioids. You ready to discuss the hotel thing? Sorry, I didn't do that. We're going to be, one of the things that's been near and dear to me for a long time has to do with the opioid crisis that we're facing in the state amongst the rest of the country, not because I have an issue. I want to clear that up first. So we're going to partner up and we're going to be rolling out a program. The objective of the program is going to be to educate home sellers to secure their medicine while their house is on the market. Example, open houses or showings, and to properly dispose of their unused medicines while moving out. Educate the broader community on securing medicine in their homes from their children, grandchildren, and visitors to their home. The New Jersey Realtors and Healthcare Institute of New Jersey propose launching a campaign through 3 pilot programs, which the first one will launch in Ocean County. The campaign will include a handout created by both New Jersey Realtors and Healthcare Institute of New Jersey and other potential partners that realtors will distribute to their home selling clients on the need to secure medicines in their house being shown and how to properly dispose of any unused medicine. Digital messaging, the New Jersey Realtors include on their website and distribute to realtors for their posting, and educational programming for realtors and the public in collaboration with program partners. This is also going to be something that I include in the Realtor Safety Program, because having this stuff secured makes you safer when you're doing something in one of these houses. So that's going to be that. We're going to be rolling it out, and there'll be more information coming on that. All right, and then I wanted to touch on one other thing before I turn it back over to Jared. When Jared was talking about the people, the pushbacks and the complaints that we were getting from members, I got to spend time on the phone with a member the other day. Quite a bit of time on the phone, and it's clear to me that while everybody doesn't understand the big picture, that all of us, everybody in this room, myself included, have to do a better job communicating the things that they don't see. For instance, the millionaire tax. As I explained to this person I spoke to on the phone, that I think consumers in general want to know that you as realtors have their back, and that includes fighting for keeping the tax increases to a minimum, if not at all. And it's not about whether or not they can afford to pay the tax. It's what we're doing to protect consumers' backs, which is a big staple on everything that we do. So when everybody talks about we don't know what their value is, there's part of your value. And we need to express that better. And please, if anybody has questions about anything, pick up the phone and call. When Jared hangs up on you, call me.
I would never hang up on you. I didn't hang up on the guy that you had to speak to, and he called me quite a few names. So, anyway, couple real quick housekeeping items. NJ Biz, who subscribes to NJ Biz here? A few of you. We're going to be pushing out a contest that the association is in for one of the they're doing trade associations. So the New Jersey Realtors were up against like the Apartment Association, the Hospital Associations, Business and Industry. That would be a conflict, so they better not have a name in there. But some of the other associations are in the state. So if you can vote for us, that'd be great. I would love to, especially be the Apartment Association and the Builders Association. It'd be fantastic. Next is NAR committee appointments. I know a lot of you are anxiously anticipating, those of you who applied for NAR committees. Mr. Smaby, President-elect Smaby, posted in the hub just the other day that the committee process will be announced, selections will be announced by the end of September. All right, so we're getting close. Two more items. At Realtorpalooza, in anticipation for a possible tragic event down in North Carolina and South Carolina with the pending storm, we have ordered about 130 golf shirts with the New Jersey Realtors logo on them. They're Nike, they're very nice quality golf shirts. We're going to sell them for $55 a piece. The proceeds for the sale will be going to the Disaster Relief Foundation. If we need to order more, then we'll order more, but we figure we don't want to buy too many of them because we have about 170 people anticipated to go. So we're not sure if everybody's going to want one. If they do, that's great. We'll order some more for you. But if you can support the Relief Foundation, like I said, proceeds will go to that. And last but not least, the leadership team discussed, we already presented this to the Executive Committee for information purposes, that we'll be entering into a strategic agreement with dotloop. dotloop is a platform for our forms. Currently, as you know, we have an agreement with ZipLogix. Thank you. ZipLogix, and ZipLogix will still be our preferred partner. We are paying for that. That is a free service to our members. If in fact a member doesn't want to use ZipLogix, they could go to Form Simplicity, which is our previous vendor, and they could pay a fee for that. Or now they will be able to go to dotloop and pay a fee for that. dotloop has agreed to send us 3 years of advance money to the association. It was an offer we just couldn't refuse, honestly, for the betterment of the association. Basically, it also ensures that those individuals who are using the dotloop system will have access to the most up-to-date forms when they log in. And what we've found, what our leadership team has found in the field is that a lot of times they're at the table discussion, negotiating, and they're working off an old form because somebody had uploaded it to dotloop. And it's frustrating for us because we have a product, a form that is there to protect the member and protect the public, and it's not being used. So this is one of our ways of trying to make sure that there's most up-to-date information. Now, that contract is still pending. We still have to review it with our attorneys. They haven't even sent it to us yet. We do have a provision, or we're going to include a provision there that Dotloop cannot transfer any personal information or any information whatsoever to any of their vendors or allied or groups. So that is going to be important in there. Teresa. Correct. Correct. Yes. So technically, they're not supposed to be uploading them because those are trademarked and copywritten forms. If in fact they did not sign because currently they could sign a licensing agreement with us, and that licensing agreement allows them to put them on whatever platform they want to use. We'll continue that. However, for this Dotloop company, if they pay a fee to participate in Dotloop, they will automatically get our firm's product on that system. Okay. Robert. Yes. Yes, sir.
Are you implementing that in forms online, or is that going back to the local courts to get?
I believe that the forms have been updated. It went back to locals, but did we put that into? I'm looking at Billy. Is that something we should? I'm asking you, Robert. Should we put that into our firm's library? Sure. Okay. The old one is still. So the old one's still. And I apologize for not knowing this. So the old one's on now.
No, it's not replacing the existing one.
It's an addendum to it.
No, the new Attorney General letter is replacing the old one.
Right, because it's a new signature from the new Attorney General.
The addendum that came out last month was just on fair housing.
It covers the same issues, but it's updated. It covers the same issues as the prior one, but it's updated. It includes because the law against discrimination was updated to include certain additional protected groups, and so it's an updated memo. It replaces the old one.
Okay, so we will make sure that that's uploaded, Robert. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Yes.
On that same note, is there any way, just the spacing on that, makes into a 3-page document or a 2-page document?
It doesn't matter.
Do,
it doesn't matter how many pages it prints out on. Yeah.
I'm looking at the programmer behind you. I don't know. We could do our best to try to make sure that it works on one page.
I'm not so sure based upon whether you can squeeze it into 2 pages.
Right, because remember, we got to make sure that the fonts are proper and all that stuff. So we could try our best if we can. Yeah, I appreciate the input. Thank you. Anything else? Well, thank you very much. That concludes my new business.
Does anybody else have anything you'd like to talk about? Yes, sir.
The biannual ethics training is due in December. Are you just going to put something out to people so they remind them that they're ethics training?
Yeah, I believe we've already started running stuff in the Week in Review, and I think we have it on our Facebook page now, social media pages. If they choose to ignore it, they choose to ignore it. But yes, yeah, we are definitely pushing it out.
Dana?
Yeah, forgive me if I may have missed it, but I know we talked about getting out some type of publication or press release on one thing to discuss to the public. The focus groups, what the legislative wins, these things. Did that go up yet? I don't know if you're still doing that.
We have our designated realtor publication that we send out directly to DRs. That is basically, in essence, that piece. We also have information that we push out to local boards on legislative victories. If something
specific, you don't mention that on the legislation poll we had a while back.
Oh, I can't hear. So we're referring to the budget fight where we.
I believe so, but there's something that we'll just use to give out to the
I'll go back to Doug from the Government Affairs Department and ask him specifically what you're referring to, Dana. It's not jogging my memory. Leadership teams, we're not sure, but we could. There's Doug. Hi, Doug.
Were your ears ringing?
Doug, Dana has a question for you.
Hi, Doug. Remember, there was something you said, there was a legislative win, and we had to slip it very quickly. It was only an item up too, so I have to do that. Postcard campaign.
Well, that was the one. You guys were outside. Yeah.
That was the season.
Yeah, so we talked about this. We just said, yeah, the budget. Right, there was the budget fight. Did you say that we're going to provide, and I'm not putting you on the spot, is there something that we were supposed to provide to the members to help this?
Going to the local boards, the Realtor members could use it to get it out to the local communities. It was public facing. In other words, we could give it to consumers.
No, we did the Facebook campaign.
That was a marketing piece, no? It was a marketing piece we decided that we could send to local boards that we could use.
She's looking for
Or
I don't recall that, but it might have been something we discussed originally. We were talking about ways to make it public, but
right.
the images were available.
Right.
The images out,
Right.
and then we did the Facebook campaign. Most of it was all out through Facebook. We put it in week for
Right.
I don't remember any printed material.
And I don't remember anything post win that we were supposed to put out to the local boards, honestly.
I got notes, but yeah, I'll find the notes and I'll send it to you. You just let me know if that's been completed before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Well, this is my last meeting. Thank you, everybody, for your participation and your assistance this year. And next, it'll be Eileen's turn. Meeting is adjourned.
We're very formal. Please applaud each and every one of you.
Now you can end on a high note. Okay, I'm out.
Hi, guys.
Is it? Actually, is it 7 days?
Whatever's in the contract.
I will either sit in touch with you or let you know.
Yeah, it might be 10. Sometimes it's 14.
No, I think it's 40 days for the buyer to respond. I think the buyer is 40 days to do the inspection. Requesting, and then the seller is 7 days.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
Bye, Bob.
Requesting you. Hi, Chris.
I'm glad you're here. You're welcome.
Thank you. All right.
Next year, I'll be in that chair. You'll be in that chair.